is the very Hebrew Bible that tells or commands Jews to, quote, love your neighbor as yourselves, end quote. As in Leviticus 19:18, the very same Hebrew Bible also tells them, open quote, kill every man, woman, child, and infant, ox and sheep, end quote, if they believe in other gods or if they don't believe in God, as in 1 Samuel 15:3. The very Jesus, may God be pleased with him and may God's blessings be upon him, our league Lord Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, who said, as you all know, turn the other cheek, as in Matthew. He also said that I did not come with peace or in peace, but with the sword, also in Matthew. And also in Luke, he said, and open quote, he who does not have a sword should sell his cloak and buy one, end quote. The Quran, who told you, quote, the meaning of the verse, if you kill one human being, it is as if you've killed the entire humanity, end quote. The very Quran also tells you another verse, which means kill the idolaters or the idol worshippers wherever you find them, end quote. How you deal with these verses, whether from the Old Testament, the New Testament, or the Quran, is very much based on the interpretation, not on the text. The malleability of the text is there, but how do you see them? So if you're a violent misogynist, you'll find everything you need in the text to justify what you want. And if you're a peaceful feminist, you'll also find your things. Religion doesn't exist in a vacuum. But the violence that's being portrayed today in the name of Islam, obviously, is rejected by the absolute vast majority of the 1.6 billion Muslims that live on the face of the earth. Yet still, what brings Muslim fanatics and Islamophobic fanatics, I don't think there's Islamophobe fanatics, so he doesn't, Ibrahim Awad will correct me. He's already probably aiming at it. What brings them together, what brings these two fanatical groups together, right? The extremists on both sides, those who hate Islam and the extremists who are Muslims, is their relentless insistence that they and only them have the only right to interpret Islam. It doesn't matter the 1.6 or 1.599999 billion Muslims, they don't matter. We get to interpret it. Ajib. Today, let me finish. Today, the Muslim community everywhere is under pressure. In America and everywhere else. Why? Two things. Number one, increased violence in the name of Islam. The last incidents you've heard, horrible things, innocent people dying, makes everyone cry. But if you take a quick read at the scene, and again, I'm no politician here, but violence is not likely to subside. Violence is probably going to increase in the very name of religion, unfortunately, and in the very name of Islam. So there's something that we as American Muslims right here in America, we have to do. We can't, I've always said that, but let me say it again. We can't just be good with the law of the land. We need to extend, we need to reach out to the law of the land, we need to reach out to the people of the land. Our fellow citizens who are of different faith systems. We need to reach out to them because these things are happening there. And you know what's happening, I mean, the kind of pressure, obviously, that puts on the entire community. Not that we have to answer to anything. We don't have to answer to anything because we're not guilty of anything. But still, it's associating Islam with violence, puts everyone, in a sense, at least in the layman eye, in one bracket. Mosques must be more open to everyone. They need to be centers for neighborhood activities, education, platforms, discussion involving all kinds of social layers. That's part of our positive contribution back to our country. We need to also take more roles in positive contribution to the country. All right, sure, we're cleaning the street here. That's nice. We've got Medina adopting the street here on Sweetwater. But we need to do much more. We need to be more visible. And you need to speak out to your people that work with you, your work colleagues, your students that work with you, your fellow friends. Speak out to them. Invite them to the mosque. Tell them to come. Not only our doors are open, but our minds and our hearts. And there's only love that can come out of this place. Allahumma salli